Okay, we are now recording.
All right. Just do a quick one. Check.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to the Maverick Games podcast. It is currently May the 14th. I'm Mike Brown. Welcome. Tom, would you like to introduce yourself?
We've just done it.
Yeah, you are Tom. No more introduction required.
I'm Tom, exec producer.
No more.
Maverick.
You've had it. And brand new character unlocked. Who's this?
I'm a stranger. Yeah, I'm James. I'm the new community manager. So
Welcome, James.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
wow. I get a soundboard QA already.
Sure do.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So,
sorry, it goes on a long time.
that's too much. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you,
welcome to Maverick
thank you.
Games. A community manager. What's one of those? What do you do?
Well, I manage the community, funnily enough. It's kind of in the name to some extent. But
James,
no,
we don't have one.
I know. Well, that's the point.
That's why he's here. That's why he's here.
So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, Maverick Games, completely new studio. So, and we haven't released a game yet. So there isn't much of a community to manage. So basically, I'm getting paid to do nothing at the moment. I don't think you knew that, but that's how that's going right now. No, but obviously, once things start picking up, you'll see my face and username all over the place.
What is your username?
It's TGK. Would you like to know why?
Of course.
It's safe for work.
Okay, great.
Actually,
I didn't actually know. So.
No, it's actually stands for the Ginger Kid. I've lost a bit of ginger in my old age now. So and also kid doesn't really represent a 34-year-old man very well. But it was actually my RuneScape name. So
there you go.
So but I was like, I'll just acronym it. It's fine. And
yeah.
So
works.
TGK.
Yeah.
And you're just rocking that 3-letter gamer tag everywhere.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Have you got it on Xbox?
No, I still have one of the original gamer tags that doesn't have the hash code at the end.
Yeah.
So, because I refused to...
Well, of course, yeah. Very, very unfortunate, I think, to be one of the ones with the hash code.
Yeah.
One of my kids had an OG and then paid the £8 or whatever to change it slightly.
Yeah.
And I was like, what have you done?
Yeah,
what have you done?
Yeah, the legacy, So
it's no longer unique.
Exactly. But just been the Ginger Kid or TGK for a while, but
been a Ginger Kid for a while.
Yeah. Ginger Kid for about 17 years, and then it shifted. Yeah. But yeah, so much so I actually have it on my number plate on my car as well. So
I noticed. That's very cool.
Yes,
That's cool. That's cool. Do you want to tell these guys where you've been before? Is that?
So if you don't know, or if you're unfamiliar, I was at EA Sports and Codemasters as well. So I started at Cody's in 2019. I think my first game was Grid 2019, which isn't really called Grid 2019. It's just Grid. And then the pandemic happened and things changed, of course. But during that period of time where loads of us were working from home, Codemasters got acquired by EA. And I slowly brought all of the creators that I've been working with, because that was one of the primary reasons I got hired at Codemasters, was to manage the creator network, which we called Racing Ahead. Pretty good name, I think.
Yeah,
good name.
yeah.
Doesn't exist anymore, but and then brought them all onto the EA creator network, which used to be called Game Changers as well. The vast majority of my role has been involving creators, but I've also done a bit of social, a bit of community, a bit of on-camera stuff, did some VO for some trailers and what have you. And I think Codemasters was a smaller company, obviously, when they were independent, and you became jack of all trades for the most part. And then when we got bought by EA and brought into that system, all of the things I was doing, I would say, oh yeah, I do that. And when someone asks who does a particular role at Cody's, and then they'll ask, oh, what about this? And be like, oh, I do that as well. But then you kind of just find out that there's a person for each of those roles.
In EA, that is 6 jobs.
Exactly.
You'd basically been getting paid one sixth value for that.
Exactly,
time.
right? Yeah. So, but yeah.
I shouldn't have said that because we've only got you at the moment, haven't we? So you're going to be doing the Codemasters thing here, I think.
Yeah, but I think it's only 4 roles I'm doing at the moment. Okay. So it works out all right. Yeah.
So what have you got cooking? What have these guys got to look forward to?
Well, we are, as is tradition, going to be putting a Discord together. It is pretty much ready, and it may even be in the description of this video or going out very soon.
Let's assume it is. Let's assume there's a link in the description.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's just go for it.
Why should people join the Discord, James?
Because that's the hip place to be nowadays, is the Discord channel, and you get specific roles, and you can chat with your fellow Maverick heads, I suppose.
Heads,
which is just something I've just coined, like off the cuff.
Maybe we'll uncoin that.
Yeah, maybe uncoin that. Yeah, no trademark required for that one. We can do a thing where first 100 people in gets a special role. They get a Maverick OG role or something like that. And,
that's cool.
Right. Yeah, so let's do that. Like, why not?
All right. Okay. If you're watching this and the view count is still low, you've got a chance. Get in that Discord.
Absolutely.
In the first 100, you can have I don't know enough about Discord. What does the role do? Does that
not a lot? No, it's just a bit of a show off, to be honest. Yeah,
a little flair, a little prestige flair.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll have a Reddit page as well. And I think those two spaces will probably be the best places to talk about, like, either the nonsense that we talk about on this podcast that isn't in the comments on YouTube or whatever, and then anything else we've got lined up. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like a good place to find out what's going on. And
yeah.
Should we maybe we'll put some news on there or something? Or
maybe there'll be some news in there.
Yeah. Maybe you should.
Are you going to announce the game in the Discord?
Yeah.
It'd be very Maverick and foolish.
Okay, we've got 17 people sent to Discord. Time to drop the trailer.
That's it. Yeah.
Maybe we stick that other screenshot in there. We have got an approved screenshot, haven't we, that we can put out. So maybe if you're lucky, we'll chuck a screenshot in there. We'll do an exclusive reveal of new game screenshot in the Discord. I'm going to require more than like 10 people to sign up for the Discord before we do that, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe once we hit a threshold, 11. Predetermined by you, we can then drop the screenshot.
That's exciting.
I like that. That's cool.
I'm going to go and join the Discord after this.
Cool. That's good.
Tell us again, James. How are people going to find this Discord?
You should be able to find it by just searching Maverick Games, to be honest. But we've got a link tree as well, and yeah, and it looks quite cool actually. And this podcast will probably be pinned at the top of it as well.
Blimey. Maybe we stick that in the description as well then.
Yeah, why not?
Have we tweeted it out?
I don't think we have.
Let's do that as well.
It's in the Instagram bio, but it's not been tweeted or
X'd.
Yeah. So,
all right. Yeah. Okay, cool. There you go. That's an update. Get on the Discord and the Reddit at some point as well.
Absolutely.
There'll be exclusive shit going on in there. All right. Next up, this was something that you wanted to talk about, which was this.
Yeah.
This.
Well, the Steam controller.
New hardware.
New hardware.
New hardware release.
Yeah. So I think this was supposed to release at the exact same time as the Steam box, but they've had to delay the Steam box to some extent, and then have just put the controller out. And yeah, it sold out very quickly, or at least the initial run did. And there was actually a Steam controller before this. I don't know if you remember. It had kind of like these concave.
It looked a bit like an owl.
Yeah.
It was very strange. Yeah. This one also, honestly, feels kind of strange.
Yeah, well, it's got some really cool quirks to it. I think it's got the Hall effect analog sticks. And then the pads at the bottom. I think I read somewhere that you can configure them like 64 different points on them.
So it's like
and you can use them like a trackpad as well.
An 8x8 grid sort of thing on them.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So you can do away with your
electric drum kit.
Yeah.
Oh, you think I could get rid of this?
Yeah, I reckon you could get rid of that. We'll just have a Steam controller. Do everything on a Steam controller.
That would feel very British sitcom trying to do a games thing.
You just like press the slight wrong area on the controller and
So this is kind of first time holding it. This belongs to someone on the team. This is Riley. So thank you, Riley, for lending it to us.
Yeah, we're proper gamers here. Like we actually do buy hardware like everyone else, you know?
Yeah, we didn't. The company didn't buy it though. It belongs to a member of the team.
Yeah.
Maybe the company should buy some as well.
Just don't drop it. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't think this D-pad feels that good. I think.
Can I have it?
Yeah. I always it is almost my first go-to on a new controller. Is like, right, how does this feel like it's gonna do a Shoryuken? And I don't think it's going to have the spring back to be able to do that very well.
I see.
it's at least not too clicky where they, when they don't have
when it has the little move
like
and
the
then
original
click,
360
click. Yeah.
pad was.
That was like very
mushy.
mushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the worst one.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's your gold standard D-pad then?
Sega Saturn pad's got a pretty solid
Okay.
D-pad.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels nice to hold. I've actually ordered one of these. This is my first time holding it. So
the Xbox Elite controller D-pad, if you get the cross-shaped one, I think is very, very good as well.
Yeah, I've got that one, and yeah, love it. Yeah.
Where do you guys sit with the back pads? Because I always forget they're there. I'm just so it's so ingrained to never using that.
Well, it's funny you should say that, and I don't actually have a side gig at Steam, but as I understand it, you can press them in, right? So they are actual buttons.
Yep.
But then they're also touch sensitive, like how a VR controller is. So it will know if your fingers are on them, so you can do like a movement,
additional kind of,
and then
inputs.
that would trigger something else.
That's cool.
So you could bind you almost bind a finger movement, which is a weird thing.
Yes.
Or
and that's
an ASMR tag if I
nice,
do this.
Very good, very good. Yeah. Yeah, let me have a look at this D-pad then. So I've not. Oh yeah, I can't see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very left.
Yes.
There's not a lot of space like there. I feel like I'd be like, ugh.
The Jeremy Corbyn pads.
Yeah, very good. It's
American listeners have no idea what you're
Other parties are
looking at
available.
that now. It does feel like they're very in the corner, but maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe that's just like, I heard someone in the office talking about saying, it feels better for an adult hand.
Oh.
So like notoriously, I think the PS4 controller or PS3 controllers were a bit smaller.
Quite dinky.
Yeah. Whereas this probably feels a little bit.
I like the
meatier,
magnetic charging. The magnetic.
Yeah, the little
well.
port on the back. Yeah,
that's nice.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've not used it in practice yet, and clearly none of us have. But it's
available, not available in the Steam store.
No, not
Sold
available.
out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How much do they charge for one of these?
£85.
Yeah,
85.
So it's definitely going to be up there.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah.
So kind of splits the difference between a regular pad and an Elite controller for PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah, with the Elite ones, I always use just one of the back triggers. So yeah, it's just interesting that you don't have that flexibility with that one. But I suppose you can just turn them off as well, I imagine.
Yeah.
So
and I guess this is just for the user to bind. It's not like a developer sets up like specific.
Well, so Steam's got a system where you can kind of create bindings, and then they can get upvoted and stuff like that.
Oh, it's like community sites. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
which is very cool. So yeah, and that all plays into it.
very cool. Very
nice.
Cool. Yeah.
What have we got next?
All right. Well, last time on the podcast, Asher Sharma had just been revealed as new Xbox CEO. And at the time, people on the internet were being a bit down on Asher. They were saying Asher has come across from AI and she's going to be rubbish.
Yeah.
I think some people even suggested that she was here to kind of oversee a managed decline of Xbox.
Yes. Yeah.
And on this podcast, we didn't say that. We said she seems really bright and her CV is actually excellent and she's started and built some really, really successful businesses. What are you saying now, innit? Everyone loves Asher Sharma now, don't they?
She is doing
people are making fun of me on Twitter when I was saying she's going to be good.
She's doing a great job. I mean, that's, sure, you could argue maybe some of that is low hanging fruit. Like you've just jacked up the price of Game Pass. Okay, we'll reduce it.
Low hanging fruit, but like it hadn't already been done.
Obvious things. Yeah.
I think a lot of that stuff looks obvious when it's been done. But if it was obvious, why didn't it get done before?
Oh, totally.
And it needs someone to actually come and do those things. And afterwards, they might have felt like, I didn't really take much to do that. They probably could have just changed the logo anytime, right? The Xbox have plenty of in-house designers that could have just done a rebrand. But it takes somebody to actually go and force that
we
over
need
the line
to do
happen.
this. And
Yeah. Someone's senior at a company like that.
It feels a bit like a fresh start. And I mean, she, like I said, she's done a great job so far. So bring on the games.
I'm sure there's some conspiracy theories out there that are just like, oh, well, they had all this in the back burner and they've just brought her in. So let's make her look like a good person. But I don't necessarily.
Well, on the Game Pass price, there is that business technique of raising the price of something, then reducing it to slightly more than it was all along.
Have you ever seen a subscription price go down previously?
No, sure, but it does happen, right? Like something becomes more expensive, and then it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any subscription go down ever?
No.
I can't think of it ever having happened, and it's gone down by like quite a lot.
Yeah, it was. I think
When
in
they add
dollar
ads,
terms,
do they ever bring them down? Netflix created that like cheap one.
Yeah, but creating a cheaper, rubbisher one is not the same as
No, you're right.
To be fair though, they have made a distinction with this one in that Call of Duty doesn't get included.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So all the COD people that are buying, Ultimate or whatever, you're not going to get that. So
I have to admit, I did cancel my subscription when they increased the price. It was I had two subscriptions because they never actually brought out that family one that they said they would had one for me and then one that the kids would use as well. And so when that price got jacked up, I was kind of paying for that twice. The funny thing as well is when I started to pick through that, I hope I've not said this on a previous podcast, but I learned that I had two Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions I was paying for, which both include the EA Play subscription, and I was separately also paying for the EA Play subscription, and had been for ever since it has existed. Yeah, I had Game Pass and EA Play since the day they came out, and I've just basically spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds extra.
Is that why you hired me? You just we've got to get more EA people in here. I love.
Oh my god, he worked at EA.
Yeah.
I love EA Play. I've got 3 EA Play subscriptions. So since cancelling, I've just been buying games. I was like, this is.
I remember this.
I remember this. This is fine.
Yeah.
It's funny how you say it like that, because then some people are cancelling their Spotify and then buying music again. So it's almost like, but then that wasn't necessarily forced because they jacked the price up loads. It was just.
I think they have also increased the price on Spotify.
Yeah, they have over the years for sure, but not to that level, I guess. So, but yeah, that discount, I think even with the discount, to be fair, even if you bought COD, it's still cheaper over the year. For you to just buy Call of Duty and get Game Pass, and then you get everything that it would have been. It's still cheaper, but don't care about COD. Great.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that, but so I also feel like her social media game is excellent. And she's certainly braver on social media than I am. And like I kind of really respect that. She's like. Honestly, like just a lot of shit posting and stuff, which I genuinely appreciate. Yeah,
there was something I saw this morning where someone had said it'd be cool if they had like emblems for gamer score, like thresholds, to add to your profile. And then they've done that and announced it, and then she's replied to that person going, "You asked." And
what, like within a day?
No, it's like
okay.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Time,
okay,
but yeah,
sorry. I thought you were saying like in the morning they've done that, and she's like. Team's call, right, we've got to make these emblems.
Now is the time. If you've got a big ask for Xbox, now's the time to ask.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Wait, so what was the time difference?
It was like a month or something.
Oh, that's still pretty fast. Yeah. She's only been there 2 months so far, right? So yeah. So and what does that even look like? So if you have like 5K game score, you have a different.
It's not like used that often, I think, but. On your profile, you have like years of service.
Yeah, I've seen that.
We will have like a
launch teams
for hardware.
Oh, cool, nice.
But there is that kind of space where you could just use it for all manner of cool things, like just giving people flares to show off on their profile. And,
nice.
It's a cool addition. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like Discord flares,
Yeah,
full circle.
Okay.
Discord flares. Join the Discord. Get a flare. Apparently, it's a thing that you'll then have.
Yeah, it's imperative to my employment that you join the Discord.
he is incentivized at making that Discord a success. So expect him to keep talking about it. There's something on here on the notes here about Kojima. What's that about?
The flight case.
Yeah. Maybe we can flash it up, but
we'll
so since your guys or no our guys last podcast, Kojima visited Xbox, and he kind of uses his. I don't know if you've seen this on Instagram. He uses his Instagram feed as kind of what someone would use as a stories thing. Mm-hmm. So he kind of just posts everything.
Oh no, sometimes he's eating a burger.
Yeah. Like whereas that probably could have been a story, Kojima.
Sure,
let's be honest. But no caption or anything like that. But he posted a few like images of him at the Xbox studios, and then there was one with was it? I think Matt Booty, is it? And
should we have a look at the image? Should we? Rather than just guessing, because yes, we'll be able to tell you who it is. Okay, so the picture that James was referring to, yes, is Asher Sharma. We got Matt Booty there, big old smile on, and they've handed him this flight case.
Yeah,
and that's where
well, presumably they've given it to him, and it says Xbox for Kojima on the box, which is very ominous.
Yeah, it's
also not console size, I wouldn't think.
Well, here's my thoughts. So one, I think that could be a lunchbox. I think that could just be food. Kojima, as you've already mentioned, Kojima posts a lot of food-based content. I think there is a chance that this has just got his lunch in it. Two, you say it's not console-shaped, but it's also there could be a trick here where it's directed at the camera and to fool you, and it's actually really deep.
Right.
You could definitely fit a Series X in there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really long arms.
There's a lot of like controller hardware on the back here, so I wonder if it is prototype controller for Kojima's new game.
Yeah.
My guess was going to be controller. My silly guess is washbag.
Washbag.
Yeah.
Or just like
Xbox face wash.
Right. What, with individual compartments? Are we talking
Links Xbox. You had it here first.
It's definitely not out. It's definitely not out of the realms of possibility for Xbox to make that. You could start the demand right now. If Greenie, if Aaron Greenberg sees this, you could well get a Xbox washbag
I have
made.
a confession to make. I bought the fridge.
Yeah, of course.
I got a fridge. Yeah, it's brilliant. I've never used it.
I have not got a fridge.
Really?
Not an Xbox one.
What? Why? It's so
I've
cool.
already got a fridge.
Yeah, I've also never used it either.
It's good. It's good in the background.
Yeah. Was there did you get the toaster?
No.
There's an Xbox toaster?
It's shaped like the Series S.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And I think it burns cooks.
What? How have I missed that? All right.
Yeah, I think that might have been America only, although
I bet that's importable though.
Yeah.
So we want Lynx Xbox, Axe Xbox for the US market.
Yeah.
Do you know I never bought the Gucci Xbox and really regret it? I had to connect to get one of those and then did not get
one.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Was that like a need to know?
Yeah, I think they didn't make very many of them, and it was
the Venn diagram of people that play Xbox.
It was quite high priced. I think it was like $9,000.
Shopping Gucci.
I think it was like $9,000.
It might just be Mike, actually.
It might only be me. But it came with like an Xbox. It was kind of ugly in truth, but it came with an Xbox like a Gucci bag that you keep the console in.
I'm sure that's on. There's that website Console Variations that has like everything on there. So it's probably some really high res images of it on there. Nice. I think last time I went to Gamescom, they had the furry Sonic,
the Sonic and Knuckles
one, that were
really disgusting,
gross,
especially at a convention to be demoing that.
Well, fortunately, it was in a case, right. But even then,
wasn't everyone could have a
a Gamescom as well. Has anyone ever attended Gamescom and not got sick? I feel like that is the world's biggest super spreader event.
Big time. And then they had the gold Wii as well. You know, if you remember that.
The what now?
There was a golden Nintendo Wii that got sent to the Queen.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, not like I thought you meant the other golden thing.
No. Not that kind of Wii.
And the Queen was involved?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. That's a niche, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just clarify. So the Queen had a golden Wii.
The Queen was gifted a golden Nintendo Wii. I think it was by the developer of the game that gifted it to her, but it wasn't. It was like a Wii Sports clone type game, and I'm really doing a disservice to the developers of that game. But it was like a sports type game, and then they made a golden.
There was quite a lot of that, wasn't there? Even though every Wii had a fantastic sports game in Wii Sports, a lot of people then tried to make like inferior sports games that were going to be
their
like
own plastic, landfill. Controller holders, so
completely unrecyclable as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, next up on the sheet, what we got? We got FH6 leak. Someone's in trouble.
We've talked about leaks before and how they're generally just. If you're a developer, you hate them because they're.
Because people basically, and also they're stealing the game that you've paid.
And this is doubly bad, obviously. The timing obviously not ideal for them.
Well, you can say that again.
What was the leak? Like, because they've said that it was it was almost like they diverted the blame away from
So the
themselves,
initial story was that the preload file that had been uploaded onto Steam was the unencrypted, an unencrypted pre-release that then, because it's preloaded, it had been downloaded onto people's machines.
Right.
That was the story. Then Playground clarified that was not the case.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, so all of the storefronts apparently have been managed correctly, and this is a different leaked vector that has led to this.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah,
so someone in that kind of early access period, I guess.
Yeah, I thought the online post from the Playground account was like, it had like a really like an angry tone to it.
I was
like,
going to say like teacherly, like I'm being told off. Yeah,
like it's because they would have preferred to say nothing. The kind of Xbox Playground standard operating procedure is do not comment on rumor and speculation. Just don't say anything. Let the story fizzle out. Don't Barbara Streisand it. And but that felt like they were mad. We haven't got any insider info, obviously.
I know it would have sucked for everyone there.
Oh yeah, really.
They banned a few people as well, didn't they? I thought they were
9,999 year ban.
Well, it wasn't quite, was it? They were banned until December 31st on the year 9,999, which I looked at and was like, we got ourselves another Y2K problem. In just shy of 8,000 years, we're going to have to be like, everything's going to be collapsing again. There'll be airplanes falling out of the sky. The power will be going off. We're going to have to do a full rebuild of all the computer systems all over the world because we've done it again. The calendar's going to tick over.
Simultaneously, loads of bad eggs on Forza are going to suddenly be released onto the wilds again.
The worst thing of all.
That guy doing like free candy van liveries is suddenly going to be like, I'm back.
You might want to explain the free candy thing.
I mean, that is one of the things that will get you a long-term ban.
Yeah.
But obviously, people, one of the favorite pastimes of naughty people on the Forza community would be doing free candy on vans and pretending they're child snatchers. Which,
is there
not much more to say about that.
Is there a specific clause in the TOS that prohibits that specific?
I think it comes under the rule of child endangerment.
Yeah,
sure.
Dealt with pretty
swiftly,
as it should.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. So
there's various other naughty liveries you're not allowed to put on as well. But they will. Yeah.
They'll be back. They'll be back in nearly 8.
Back in the year.
In nearly 8. Everyone else is out there.
10,000.
Everyone else is celebrating New Year's Eve in the year 10,000. But now secretly all the baddies on the Forza forums are finally back. I'm back.
The year of Luigi rapidly coming around to that time.
That you've made it weird. What was the year of Luigi?
It's 2013 was the year of Luigi, which Nintendo's acquired for people that don't remember that.
I've got that year of Luigi edition in 3DS.
Of course you have. Yeah, I got married in the year of Luigi. Not intentionally.
Is that normally how you describe your wedding day?
You didn't intentionally get married?
Not. Cut this. No, I didn't intentionally pick the year of Luigi.
It was just really good luck. Just good luck.
It's a happy accident.
Did you wear green on your wedding day?
Overalls, green overalls.
Brilliant.
Please don't tell my wife about this podcast.
Your wife Daisy.
I can divert some of that embarrassment if that helps.
Sure.
I got married on the day that Taylor Swift released her most recent album.
Okay.
And managed to fit, actually this is kind of a gloat, managed to fit every single one of her songs from the album in my wedding speech, even though it was the day the album was released.
Wait, so you wrote the speech that day?
No, I tweaked it. And before you ask, no, I did not use any artificial intelligence.
I wasn't going to say that. I'm more just thinking like, weren't you busy that day?
It was the night before.
Did you not have anything going on?
No. She'd released the track list beforehand, of course, as Taylor does. But
Taylor, friend of the show.
I was sitting. Yeah. I was sitting in my hotel room the night before, and I was like, "Oh, actually, this would be quite a cool little Easter egg if someone works it out." And
are you a big Swiftie then?
Not particularly, but trying to fit "Fate of Ophelia" in a wedding podcast, wedding speech, as well as
that would be really sad if you did a podcast. On your wedding
What's up, guys?
And Elizabeth Taylor was another one to try and fit in. And then there's like easy ones like Wood, super easy to fit into a speech. But yeah, one person picked up on it, and it wasn't my wife, who is the big Swiftie. So,
right.
Yeah.
But she was probably distracted from that track list dropping the night before, right? Because she was probably doing some sort of prep for the wedding.
Yeah, she was just like desperate to listen to the album, I think. Like, get the day over and done with. Listen to
Furious,
the album.
you've spoiled the track list.
That's it. Yeah.
And if I'm right, timing wise, to carry on with the FH6 or to get back to the Horizon 6, reviews have gone live.
What now?
Yeah. Right?
Are you suggesting that we do a live react to the FH6
I'm
Metacritic?
absolutely suggesting we do a live
Okay. How do we want to do this?
Get the timestamp ready for the edit.
Yeah. This may not make it to air. Let's see what they've got.
Which where are you just gonna go straight to Metacritic?
What else would you do?
Well, I know that there are a couple of Twitter nerds that like to aggregate them.
I think a live
react.
Okay, go on.
Okay, you haven't seen
Is
it.
Is this the
how many reviews?
54 reviews.
Okay, good number.
That's good.
It is a Metacritic must play.
Oh, so is that?
It is a 91.
91.
Very good.
Very respectable. Give that little applause.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Well done. Well done, everyone at Playground.
91.
There's a couple of yellows in here. I'm going to go and see who the grumps are. Let's have a look. First up, we got Game Reactor UK. And that first line's a bit of a shocker. They have gone 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Harsh. Let's see. And it says, opening line is, Horizon 6 disappointed me.
Okay. Well, a review
it's very little. I mean, it's obviously, presumably the review is hundreds of words long, but...
Yeah, imagine that was just the whole review. It just
feels like some of the progress Horizon 3 introduced is missing. That's interesting, because they've obviously talked a lot about adding progression.
Yeah.
Obviously, at the point at which we're recording this, we have not played the release version of Forza Horizon 6, so we can't provide our own review. We can only go by these people on the internet that we have found. The other one in the yellows is IGN Germany, who've also gone 7 out of 10. Visually stunning and hugely enjoyable open world racer that captures the beauty of Japan. Feels like that's probably better than a 7, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done on the Playground.
Very good.
Yeah, amazing. 91.
Great for the industry and, well, great for people making games with cars in as well.
Yeah. I guess so. Definitely.
So, yeah, I think game goes live later on, doesn't it? So it's midnight tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it one of those midnight simultaneous?
It rolls across the time zones.
Oh, so everyone
in New Zealand
everyone's in New
have
Zealand. Yeah. They migrate their consoles to New Zealand. Although I don't think you can do that anymore. You can do it on PlayStation, but I don't know if you can do it on Xbox.
I've got the preload. Is there a way to get it to work? No, I don't want to get banned until
probably not. It's not worth it for a few hours. Yeah.
Don't want to be in Forza jail.
That would be an article headline.
That would be very funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think there's probably some people that would take great pleasure in putting me in Forza jail as well. So, okay, cool. All right, moving on. I guess we should talk about our game. We talked about that game.
Yes, we probably should. Yeah.
All right. So, game update. The game update jingle. Game update time.
Is that
there you go? That's it.
The record scratch. Yeah, it's not a very good one.
Sounded like a
squeaky fart.
Squeaky
fart.
Yeah,
whoopee cushion. Maybe.
All right, what we got on here?
So I think last time we talked about how we kind of exited our production phase and moving into.
I feel like we've said that on 2 consecutive podcasts.
Yeah.
So let's not go hat trick on that particular point.
No. Okay.
Deep into post production.
We are deep into post production.
Yeah. So it is all polish. I think the thing that we were going to tip though is like some stuff, just because of the nature of the type of content that it is, does have to be done pretty late. And therefore there is some content that is now getting finalized. An example of that is a lot of our original soundtrack, which had been written and kind of designed and built and implemented into the game as at the end of last year for our content complete milestone. But the actual musicians that will then go and capture that and record that audio, then do it after that. Once we know everything's kind of perfectly lined up and we know exactly how we want it to sound. And I believe that there's going to be a video.
Button.
Over to you, video. Wow, what a cool video. I hope there was a video there. This bit would be funny if there was no video. So Fraser, not on the pod today, has the job of editing that video. I believe this one's going to be a tease and there's going to be a longer video.
Yes, we're going to show more
in a coming pod. Because the soundtrack's been recorded in two parts. As you've just seen, there was full orchestra doing the game score, and then there is a second bit which we'll keep as a secret, I think, which is going to complement that, which has not yet happened. That is going to take place in a couple of weeks. Am I correct on that?
That's right. Yeah.
All right. There was another thing you put on here, wasn't there? Which was that you've been playing multiplayer.
Yeah. So especially around this time in the project, as all the pieces are coming together, we have the very fun task of like playing multiplayer, and sometimes that means roping in people from other areas of the team that maybe haven't spent a lot of time playing multiplayer.
And is this you? Are you getting roped in?
I've been roped in a couple of times, yeah. And it's such a joy to see people like actually having real world fun in that environment. You don't often get to play multiplayer sat next to a bunch of people as well, which definitely helps. Feel. Yeah. But yeah, it is. Well, it's genuinely a real delight, and it's really fun.
Can I sidebar on the fact that I know I just said LAN party. I saw a video online the other day, and it was talking about LAN parties as though they were this like it was the cavemen like making a game out of sticks and rocks. It was like back in ancient times, humans used to travel to each other's houses and bring a computer and a monitor.
And
with
TVs
them.
and monitors were massive, and
they would connect the computers together so that they could experience multiplayer gameplay in the same room as one another. And I was watching this. It obviously. It would have been like 2004 or something that the footage was from, but it like looked like it was super grainy, like it was like 1920s or something. I was like, why have they done this and then delivered it completely sincerely?
But it is a bit of a lost art, isn't it? That playing with people, and you obviously we do it when we're making the game, and you have to just remind yourself constantly. Not everyone's always going to be able to just shout over the monitor at people or nudge someone next to them, and it does make you think about kind of design choices and ways in which you might need to communicate information. But
yeah, I mean, well, definitely a problem that we've got in the game at the moment is that new mode that's a bit different that they've been playing lately. Like when you're all sat, I'm pointing over here because that's where our multiplayer test area is. When you're all playing together, there's bits of it that make sense because you're actually just live communicating with each other. So those people that are making that mode understand the kind of nuances of its like various kind of scoring systems. But a cold player coming in doesn't really understand that. And you realize that the game also wasn't actually telling them that at all. And a lot of the game design was happening verbally. And it's like, no, you got to put that on screen. The game's got to say that bit or they're not going to know what's going on. Which, is a bit that the setup that we have was kind of like papering over, I think, where because they're testing it in the same room, they're not realizing that actually there's parts of this that require the game to have that voice, not just you have that voice to the person sat next to you.
Well, I got that exact experience when I saw people playing it. I was like, what's going on here? And obviously I'm brand new to the company as well. So I have no, prior knowledge of the conception of this mode or anything like that. So
I was there for the conception of this mode, and I watched that demo the other day with the six. There was a feed we had where there were kind of like 6 screens kind of all laid out, so you're watching 6 players' feeds at the same time, which we'd set up as a way. This will be a good way to see what's going on. Trying to watch 6 players at once is no way to watch any game. It was absolute chaos.
It was like war games and just bombs going off inside.
There were no bombs. That is a joke. There's not actually. Why did you say that? That's absolutely not in this game. I don't know why you say these things.
I was thinking of that like war room situation where there's so much going on the screen. You've got loads of people like looking at it, trying to make sense of it, and that was.
This probably not getting people excited to play this mode, is it?
But
it'll be dead good though. I promise it'll be dead good.
And it does actually make sense as well. Like
when the game actually comes out, they'll have fun guessing which mode we were talking about.
I don't think they will struggle to guess that. I think another thing that you're touching on about the kind of how it can be quite difficult to play and enjoy multiplayer early parts in development is you always have those issues with like online prediction in the early parts until all that work's been done to give a smooth presentation.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, this is true for more or less every online game that you've played. You are not sending 100% of your input and positional data up to either the server or to the other player if it's P2P. You're sending packets of that occasionally, every few frames, a few times a second. You're updating where your position is in space, what weapon you're holding, what car you're driving, if you're jumping or flying through the air. Choose one of those depending on which game it is you're playing. But you maybe only share that a few times a second rather than every frame, which might be 60 times a second on your local screen. And then the game that receives those packets needs to do some work to interpret those and try and then build a version of that makes sense on your local machine. What you would want to happen is it's kind of updating every frame. That would be the perfect thing. And that if you're playing like local split screen, that's what you would get. But in all of your online games, that is not what you get. And that means then you have to have a thing called prediction. So in a driving game, you would have, my car was in position A, and then a fifth of a second later, you got some information that's now in position B, but you can't just have it jump from position A to position B because that would obviously look broken. And if you were in the way of it as that happened, then the game's physics would almost certainly break and fling something out of the way. So you therefore need to have some quite intense math that does a smooth prediction between these points and these packets of data that land. And that creates the experience that you will have when you play games, which looks like everything's running smoothly and everyone's in the right positions. And that's what's happening when you're experiencing lag. Those packets are not landing in time. The game is doing a prediction. So you might see a car or a player move into a particular position because that's what the game predicted. And then it gets the packet and it was late, it was lagged. And that's where you'll see in games where the position then jumps to the correct position because the game then has to make the correction. And that's the experience that you'd get in a release game when there's an issue. In an early development game, you don't even get that lag correction.
And it's hard to see beyond that, right?
The car is effectively just jumping a few meters at a time. And if the cars touch each other while they're in that state, then one of them is probably going to get flung off to the moon. And so it's actually quite hard to enjoy the multiplayer experience in those early parts because you need a lot of just quite intense time consuming work to have been done to make that enjoyable. So anyway, what have you been doing in multiplayer? I told a bit of inside baseball, like you said.
What, aside from just enjoying it, seeing other people in the team enjoying it?
There's a podcast there. I'm trying to give people a bit of an insight. You said to do inside baseball, so
so to that point, there is what you can get out of those multiplayer tests is both that stability side that you mentioned, but also that going from that paper design to implemented, and then being able to realize actually there's a bunch of information that we need to tell the player that we're not seeing. You see it just organically happening because, as I said, people are sat next to you, people are shouting over the monitors and what have you. And there is actual real useful data that comes out of that. That's not just, oh, well, it worked or it was a smooth experience. It was, oh, actually, we need UI elements for that, or we need some audio for that. And I think it's just really rewarding to see that. And it feels like you're getting closer to that kind of how players are going to experience it and the type of things they're going to take away from that experience when they play it as well.
Yeah, I suppose there's things that don't really come to light until you actually get a chance to see people
which is always
playing.
true. Yeah, I think even more so in multiplayer, like that is always tricky to just imagine how all those variables of different players and how people are going to approach it. And even so, we've seen different play styles coming out that maybe things that the designer didn't consider or a surprise to see. And like maybe you want to encourage that or maybe you don't. And that's also super interesting.
Yeah, well, I think there's a different play psychology in multiplayer versus single player. In single player, you can kind of trust the player a bit to optimize their own experience for fun. And they will choose the options which are the most enjoyable. Whereas in multiplayer, you will optimize above all else to win. And you will not necessarily choose the options that are fun or that are of benefit to the group that is playing. You will choose the options that are going to give you the best chance of winning. And that's the stuff that can be quite complex to design for, because you have to have that mindset coming in, which is really different to single player content where yeah, you can do this and it's boring, or you can do this thing and you can get stuck in this screen and you can loop it, and players won't do that because they'll get bored and they'll just do something else. Whereas in multiplayer, they will choose the really, really, really boring play style if that means they win. And therefore, you then need to not just trust the player to try and control their own experience, but rather design so that boring thing can't win. And you need to try and find so that the thing that is the most fun is the thing that will also most likely make you win, because otherwise you can have this part of the game that would be really fun if people engage with it, but nobody does, because that's not how you win. Which on a design level is just kind of complex and interesting, and also requires thinking about certain kind of honestly, dickhead gamers that will do really, really toxic or unusual things in order to optimize their win chance.
I think the correct expression is probably what would it be? A bit like so it was like social engineering, I suppose. In that you have to understand the mentality of that player rather than
completely,
just you put the dickheads.
And that is the job of the game designer, is to understand that player mentality. It's really interesting. It's where I think a lot of games and a lot of designers can trip up, when you probably focus on the single player first, I think, in the majority of games. And so you've already been doing a lot of stuff with a particular imagined player playing in a positive way. But that same player will have completely different behavior when they might lose, which they don't want to do because that feels bad. So instead they...
I think, and there's also that third type of player that is just trying to make other people's lives misery, or just, and it often in service of winning, but blocking people in spaces, and that's where you then okay, well, we need to ghost them in that situation because they're being a nuisance. Or
I mean, we're probably thinking about the same friend of ours, aren't we? That is actually quite useful in this case, because he can always just be relied on to he is actually also almost third category. You're right. You have player that wants to have fun, player that's trying to win, and player that just wants to ruin it for everybody else.
They would consider that fun and trying to win.
And no desire to finish top of the leaderboard. Winning is if somebody else has quit. That is winning.
Extra points if you get the voice chat of them screaming down the mic at you as well.
I've noticed I can block my own teammates in this instance, and suddenly...
I mean, the best example of this is Sea of Thieves, right? Where they built it into that game, and I guess the fantasy of that game because you're a pirate. The part of the game DNA is being a real arsehole to other players.
Pirates aren't traditionally good people.
Exactly, and they could have designed in safety nets that would stop a player chucking the treasure chest you just spent 4 hours trying to get overboard and then disconnecting like that. They could have designed a safety net to prevent that from happening. Perhaps even a literal safety net could have prevented that from happening. They might catch the chest, but no, they allow it to happen because genuinely it's kind of funny, isn't it? It's hearing the story is funny. Experiencing the story, probably less funny, but you still probably tell the story of it. And I think that it's almost uniquely Sea of Thieves. I think that's the only game that's managed to do that, where it somehow feels like a positive overall for that game and the community, even though you can just be an absolute awful person in that community, and somehow it still feels fun.
Yeah.
I suppose Arc Raid is a bit like that as well.
Yes.
You can play the fool and be like, I'm going to help you guys extract. I
get loads of reels and YouTube shorts about that. That's
don't shoot.
Yeah. That's as you're extracting. Yeah, exactly.
Good point actually. Arc Raiders is, let's call that, Arc Raiders is actually the spiritual successor to Sea of Thieves. I think we can call that shot.
It's a sequel, I think.
Same universe. Same universe, just distant future.
Yeah.
All right, did we have anything else?
No, I think that's everything.
All right, we're done. All right, so we will be back very soon with next week after.
In the next couple of weeks.
We're back soon. I mean, we've dated this, so you know when we recorded this, so you can laugh at us for how long it takes us to upload this. Hopefully, we'll be within 36 hours or so of this moment. But if you're watching this and it's now 2 weeks in the future, then I apologize. It's kind of hard to get all these organized. Anyway, we're back in a week or two. Got lots more to show, lots more to talk about. I promise we'll have some more video content or something.
Sure,
why not? Yeah, let's show you some more stuff next time. All right, and welcome, James.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed your first appearance on the Maverick Games.
Absolutely. Just as mad and chaotic as I thought it would be.
Yeah, behind the camera now. Well, no, in front of the camera.
What?
Yeah. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this, tell your friends, like
Discord.
and subscribe, get on the Discord. We've got a link tree somewhere that'll have other places you can go and like click buttons that say that you like us. We like that.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Thank you. And
Just
I
don't
guess
be weird.
You can be a little bit weird, but not like where we got call
Not
police.
creepy weird.
Yeah,
No.
call the police. Or that time we had to have that bloody detective agency following me around.
It's a story for another time.
A horse show, that isn't it?
they were like protecting me, not not investigating me. Just to be clear. All right. Okay. Thanks very much.
Cool.
See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.